Hi guys. Well, school is beginning or has already begun, and as teachers we are working toward getting our classrooms ready, possibly with that Pinterest perfect classroom. But as we're thinking about the way we want our classrooms, we need to put a lot of thought and effort into what the first day of school is going to look like. Keep watching as I walk you through my plans for the first just 30 minutes of school, because how we start at the very beginning will go a long way to how the rest of the day will go, how the rest of the week will go, how the rest of our year will go. I'm Hope, and I am here to help teachers like you find inspiration for your classrooms by showing you ways to engage your learners. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If you're passionate about teaching and learning, I invite you to come as videos are posted. If you haven't, click the notification bell so that you know when a new video is up. Okay, so as we are getting ready for the first day of school, we want our rooms ready, and we are all spending a lot of time getting our rooms at a place where it feels welcoming and happy, so that when our students come in, they feel that vibe in our room and they feel that vibe from us as teachers. One thing that I love to do is to make sure that I have some music playing. Typically I have music playing every day as my students are coming into the room. Create a playlist for every part of our day. For example, I have a Spotify account. So on my Spotify account, I have a good morning playlist. I have a circle time playlist. I have a thinking time playlist. I have a reading time playlist, which all of these playlists have different types and feels of music. In the morning, I want my students to come in happy and excited, especially that first week of school. So I'm going to have a lot of happy, peppy, exciting music. When we are going into a time of reading or writing, I have a playlist that's mostly instrumental and just has just a nice, calming feel for music. So I would suggest that you go on YouTube, or if you have a Spotify account or some other type of account for your listening pleasure, go ahead and make yourself a playlist. On my Good Morning playlist, I have put a number of different genres into this list that I love to play in the mornings. I like to expose my students to things that sometimes they probably haven't heard. For example, it's my favorite. Nothing's impossible. Or oh, hey. Or how about the best day of my life? Or even something fun, like
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
and oh, one of our favorites, SpongeBob, the best day ever. We know that's the first day of school. So go ahead and plan out your music and have that playlist playing in the mornings as your students are coming, especially that first day. But go ahead and set the tone every day and have that music playing so that your students are coming into a very happy place on the first, second, 30th, 100th day of school. We want our classrooms to be happy. All right, the second thing I really want to focus on as my students are coming in is greeting my students. I like to greet my students every day. So from day one, we're going to learn that that's the routine between me and my kiddos. As they're coming into the classroom, probably that first day especially, I love to get so excited for them and say, "You're here! You're finally here!" Later in the day in second grade for us, we do read the book, You're Finally Here, so they immediately can make connections to that when it's time for reading. But I do, as they're coming in, I'm so happy that you finally made it. I want them to know that I have been waiting on them, and I've been thinking about them for several weeks now. As they're coming in my door, we do this every day, they get to choose one of 3 greetings. Now, they could be very formal and give Mrs. Chapman a handshake, or perhaps they would feel good about just giving a high five. But in second grade, it is appropriate to give hugs. So every morning my students get to pick how do they want to greet their teacher. Hugs, high fives, or handshakes. And this is something that we do every day for 180 days because we're excited to see our friends and we're excited to make connections with one another. The third thing that I make sure I have ready as students are coming in to the classroom is a welcome letter. First question for them as they come in is, what do? I let them know when you go to your assigned place, you will know everything to do because I wrote you a letter. Now this letter, it reiterates how excited I am about second grade and how excited I am to see them. It also has a checklist of things that I want them to do as they come to their seats. I have parents that are coming into the classroom, and it's something that parents can do with their students, but if not, I encourage my students to help one another to make sure that every box is checked off in their letter. Now these are very simple things like, where do I place my lunchbox if I have a lunchbox? Do I have papers to turn in to my teacher? Where do I put these papers? I also have boxes that are set up on one side of the classroom that is labeled with every supply that was listed on their supply list. Oftentimes parents have already brought these in during our open house, meet the teacher night, but if they have not, students are coming in with a backpack full of supplies and we need to go ahead and put those back where they need to go. So I just instruct them to put supplies into their boxes. The letter tells them to keep crayons out, it tells them to keep scissors out, it tells them exactly what to do with every supply that they may have brought to school. In my letter, because I have a younger grade, I actually will include in the letter pictures of what they need to have out at the end, just so that it helps them to know what to do with all of their supplies. It just gives them that visual cue of, oh, this is what I need out. With their welcome packet, I just put in 2 activities and their very first gift from their teacher. The 2 activities that I like to include in the welcome packet is, first of all, a little all about me sheet, so they can complete this with their brand new pencils and crayons, which they're excited to get out and to use. Who doesn't like to open up a brand new box of Crayola crayons, right? I love them, and I know my kids do too. So they'll work on just a first day activity of them just sharing about themselves. On the back, I want them to know about other students that are in the classroom. I create a word search for every student in the classroom of names. So they are looking for their friends' names in the word search. It's always fun to see who's in their classroom, who's going to be coming in, who is already in the classroom. It just begins to get them ready to see how we are going to develop some connections and some cohesions in our one big happy family for the year. I leave at the seat of my students a little tube of Play-Doh, and I tell them that they need to create anything that they would like to create. It could be something about summer, it could be something to represent themselves, but I have them to make a creation. This is going to be a part of a getting to know you activity on into the day. So they create the Play-Doh creation, anything they want to create, and they take a little half sheet and begin to write, what did you make? Why did you make it? What would you like everyone to know about your creation? And this is something that they keep at their seats until it's time for that special part of the day. I hope that you got some tips of how to begin your very first day of school. How about giving me a comment below and letting me know what are some things that you do in the very first 30 minutes of your day as the school year begins. Also, make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Click the notification bell as well, because I will be uploading in a couple of days another video that will share what do I do for the rest of the day. I only shared 30 minutes. Thanks again, teachers. Hope that you are having a great year as you prepare for the 2018-2019 school year, and I hope to see you again so we can share a cup full of hope.